And it's time for the Judge and JD show. Hey, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. I can't believe we've already made it this many.
16 episodes.
How many weeks is that? I tried to figure it out last week. I couldn't get it down.
16.
Welcome to the Judge and JD show right here in Fredericksburg, Texas at Pioneer Bar. Here we are. We got JD, myself, and we got the star of the show, Scarlett.
She's down here eating a bone.
Eating a bone. She's new to the show.
See if I can get her.
JD went and adopted her the other day at the SPCA.
Is she on there with us? Is she on with us?
She is the new star of the show. We'll call it the Scarlett Show.
That's only because her muzzle fits better than mine.
Yes.
You need a muzzle.
I need a muzzle. I'm going to take Scarlett's muzzle. I need a muzzle.
But we got a great show today. I mean, today's all community. You know, we're
it's
going
all
into
community.
Labor Day weekend, so, you know, it's the official end of summer going into fall, so we're going to have...
Man, we got these two guys. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm headed out to Rio Dosa for the All-American fraternity. When you think of horse racing, you think of the Kentucky Derby as being the premier. That's thoroughbreds. The All-American fraternity is the sort of Kentucky Derby of the quarter horses.
Right.
So I'm headed out there, and then next weekend we got an event called Bat Fest. A good friend of mine puts on. It's under the Congress Bridge in Austin, or it's on the Congress Bridge in Austin. The largest colony of some sort of this kind of bat in North America is under that bridge.
Wow.
And so when they come out, there's a festival celebrating them and so forth. So we'll be there selling cold beer.
Getting us warmed up for Halloween. So you're selling beer at a
Bat Fest.
At a Bat Fest. I like
so
that.
that's coming next week. First football games of the season, FISD and St. Mary's. What else we got going on?
Oh, man, just so much stuff. I mean, it's an extended weekend. A lot of people are hopefully be blessed to have Monday off.
Yes.
So,
good
Wait,
stuff.
do I get Monday off?
No, absolutely not.
That's not fair. I want to go back and work for the government.
Who's going to take care of things while I'm in Rio Dosa if you take off?
Yeah, right?
Kristen's still here. Kristen can do it.
Yeah, Kristen's around.
And, hey, we've got a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Oh, we got St. Mary's Apache Blue.
Yeah, we do have Apache colors
That's
today.
not Dallas Cowboy.
And we got,
Thank God.
Who we got this week?
Let's see who our winner
I
is.
forgot what I was doing.
I'll put the leash down and do a drum roll.
Ben Alcorta. I think I'm saying that right.
Ben
That's
Corta?
all Ben Alcorta.
Ben Alcorta.
Ashley, wherever you are, here you go.
All
Make sure
right.
old Ben there you are. Make sure old Ben gets a cap.
Fun show today. Dan Kemp from Security State Bank and Trust going to talk a little soccer and the new soccer field. And then we'll have Andrew Davis and Bruce Gore going to talk about the Hill Country Cup.
The Hill Country Cup.
And Hill Country SPCA.
Yep, and helicopter ball drop. Couldn't even say that.
Say it twice, 3 times. Say it fast, 3 times, real quick. Hurry, hurry.
You just get once. But the ball drop, and then Andrew's talking about the SPCA and their role in the ball drop. So fun show.
And Ashley's here taking care of Scarlett.
Scarlett. Yes.
Scarlett just left the stage. Scarlett has left the building. Well, I guess it's time for a big old intro. What do you think?
I think so. One of your famous intros. This is for a good guy, man. I do a lot for our community.
I pulled Dan out of where I bank. This is where I bank. Where do I bank? Are y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, from Security State Bank and Trust, Dan Kemp.
Come on up, Dan.
I dang near hurt myself on these. You know what
I don't think I've ever been introduced like that.
What did we had? We had another guest said he thought it was WWE or something. WWF, whatever it's called these days.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, exactly.
How you been, man? Everything going good?
Busy.
Well, you've been busy with this soccer business as far back as I can remember. I know you've been coaching my niece for since she was little bitty.
Little bitty.
Yeah.
And soccer a lot of times is where youth sports all begin.
It starts.
And that my daughter and her friends, when they were 7, 8 years old, that was their first sport that they delved into. I got to coach a little bit too. I guess back then it was called the
PYSA. I think it's Purdue Soccer Association. Correct.
But what a great sport, just across the board. I mean, it's one of those sports you got to be in shape.
You got to be in shape.
You got to be in shape for it. So,
but that's a great point. I mean, it starts there.
I call it the gateway sport.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because they can start when they're 4 years old, 5 years old, and they develop motor skills, running and falling and crying and not wanting to go on, and then they finally muster up the courage to go on, and it's like a little herd ball. They're running around in a pack, but it's so
it's
fun.
definitely fun to watch.
It's so fun. And then they progress.
Yes.
And then next year they're a little better than what they were. And then next year. And so
trying to figure out who the goalie is.
Oh, for sure.
Those guys.
Well, Dan, share with us a little bit about your journey with it. I mean, where you started and where we are now, and it's a big thing in the community, and you've done a lot. And we want to.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of. I mean, it kind of dates back just to our bank, right? Security State Bank Trust. We were here since 1941, but it's all about community, and that's the way we were raised in the bank. And then when I had kids, I grew up playing soccer. The game's changed a lot over the years. Mm-hmm. When I grew up, it was kick it far and run as fast as you can, and try to do it. And but now it's very technical, and these kids you do things with their feet that are just they kind of amaze you. But it started. I got involved. My oldest daughter, Sydney, she's a junior this year, so she's 16. I started coaching her 11 years ago in recreational soccer, and it was AYSO at the time. And back then, I was like, well, when do we have a spring league? They said, well, we don't have a spring league, because I was like, why? Well, we don't have fields. They said we used to play on the outfields of the Little League ball fields out there at Oakcrest Park. Right. Mm-hmm. And so, I remember half the fields in the granite gravel of the base running, other half in the grass and all that stuff. So that's kind of when it started. And then
parking at the race barn.
I remember exactly
all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember it well.
So a group started talking about having a sports complex, and the property was available for sale right next to Oakcrest Park. So the city put together some group and came out and a lot of discussion back and forth, and ran a bond, and it failed. And I think it failed by 100 votes, 130 votes, something like that. And so we scaled it down to what we thought we needed versus what we wanted. And the county was going to put in some money if it passed and do that. And it failed again by 35 votes.
Right.
So at that point, we were like, now what? So Mark Cornett, who's very well and very involved, much like all of us, exactly. And he's an engineer, and I've coached his daughter for as many years as I've coached all of them. And so he goes, "What are we going to do?" And I said, "I think we came up with a plan, went to the city, and said, here's what we propose. We want to lease this 20 acres, and at the time, the city didn't want to hire a bunch of people to upkeep the property, and it was going to be very expensive to do. So I said, let's carve this out. We'll take on the maintenance. We'll handle all this stuff. And if we give us this lease, then we'll go raise the money. And so essentially, that's what we did. Mm-hmm. And so when we got all the hurdles cleared and everything done, and the city was on board, so it was what I was calling a private-public partnership. So public land, private money, privately run.
Right.
And it took about 3 years to gather the funds.
About 3.
It's been about a 10-year journey, but once we got everything kind of organized, what we're going to do, it took about 3 years to get the money raised and built. So we had some big donors, the Scripps Foundation, Create Healthy, and along with the city, and then a bunch of private money that we got it, and it was about $3.5 million.
Yeah.
And so we,
Great.
as soon as we got the
amazing.
money, said let's go, and we hired Texas Multichem out of Kerrville, who's known for building sports complex,
Sure.
and and it's done. It's 100% complete. Spring season we played on it a little bit, but it wasn't quite ready. We're done, and I'm going to say that it is going to be one of the top soccer complexes in the state.
Sweet.
Great.
100%.
Sweet.
That's-
I love it. I
that's
can't
great.
wait to go check it out. I
It's-
haven't had a chance to go look recently.
Yeah.
but-
As a dad in the community, I mean, and my nieces but we have boys and stuff. I mean, this community is just amazing. With how they come up, that will surround a project like this and just help get it done. Just you ramrodded, kind of got it through.
It
and-
takes some persistence,
And
and
persistence.
everyone's in. It takes a little persistence to keep going, and you can't quit on it.
Right.
But,
But it's a generous community, I guess.
It
my
is
point.
100%. It is.
Is,
100%.
and I'm grateful as a parent in that community and like yourself.
That's one thing I love about Fredericksburg. People step up.
People step
You
up,
know?
and our kids deserve it. And so,
Absolutely. There's no excuse for people saying there's nothing for kids to do.
right,
A sports complex gives them plenty to do.
yeah,
They do, and that's one part of it. There's still some land available that's there. I think if baseball, I'm not a baseball guy, but if there's a group together, I think there's some momentum to be able. The dirt is available,
right,
but if we can get some organization and decide on what we need, not necessarily what we want and all that stuff, but what do we need to do it and build some
Sure.
other stuff. There's opportunity out there to make it a true sports complex.
And nowadays, I mean, sports is an entire different animal than when we grew up. We
Absolutely.
didn't have travel ball.
No,
Well,
no.
some people are
We started football in 7th grade, and they started
Right.
Same.
first grade or kindergarten, whatever it is now. It's just-
But people can say what they want about travel ball and specializing in sports, but I think the proof is in the pudding. Meaning, I think some of our high school sports now. You look at our girls basketball team, you look at the soccer teams now, because I'm sure y'all are starting the travel ball team, but.
The entire.
But my
girls-
point is that
Yeah.
multi-sports is great and everything, but I would say maybe the travel ball part is a double-edged sword, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Right.
But it's a big part of sports now.
It's smart. It's
I mean, baseball, all sports, boys and girls basketball, they play year-round. Softball, baseball, soccer, but
our
what's
kids
your-
are busy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
cut you off there.
Well, but what I'm saying is, and they just get so dang good at these sports.
They do.
From
They do.
Specialized.
They do.
What's your take on all that, as far in the world of soccer?
So, like you said, I grew up. I played soccer. We didn't have the club was not a thing,
Right.
And so I think I was coaching Abby Kate was on my recreational team. His
My niece.
niece and my daughter, and then my daughter came up. It's like, Dad, I don't think I want to play soccer anymore. I was like,
Yeah.
What? I said, you're really pretty good.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, but it's just a new team every year, and some of the kids don't really want to be as serious as I want to. And about that time, some of the parents were like, hey, why don't you start a select team? I'm like, what's a select team?
Right,
Right,
exactly.
right,
Right, exactly.
So I had to go do a little research, and I talked to another lady that was involved, and I started a select team. So I went to my daughter. I said, if we go have tryouts and we take all the best girls from recreational and form our own team, you want to come back? She goes, oh, I'm in. So that's really kind of how it was born here. And with my select team, there's another lady, Gina Saracen, who had another team, kind of did a similar deal. And then we kind of got together, put our heads together, and that's how Fredericksburg United was founded here. And we had 2 teams one year, and the next year we had like 7.
Right.
Everybody wanted to do this, and it was just tournament ball. And I can never forget the first game we went, and I know these girls were little. I mean, Abby Kate was tiny, tiny. And we walked out on the field, and there was a gentleman all in black, and he was speaking a foreign language from Britain. Yeah, I think that's English, but they're all things football, right? And all
Yes.
so he's talking, and my coach Ryan and I were sitting there, and I'm like, we're little. They kicked off and they went boop boop boop, scored.
Yeah.
5 seconds. We lost 14-0. In the next game we lost 13-0. I'm like, oh my, I've got some studying to do.
Yeah.
But we built from there and built from there and built from there. And now those same girls, our team now, so we went from Fredericksburg United to, there was a club in Kerrville called Hill Country Crush, and the parents had aged out. And so I got to talking to him, and I said, man, we should bring this together. There's really no reason why we need 2 clubs, one in Kerrville, one in Fred. That doesn't make any sense. We're not big enough cities to make that happen. So I talked to a lot of the coaches in there, and I said, you know what? Y'all are better coaches than I am. Paul Hayes is our director of coaching. He's coached university soccer at several different universities. He was a head men's coach at Shriner for a long time. He's an A-level coach. And so U.S. soccer has different levels. You got A, B, C, and I'm a D. So it takes a lot of time to get up there. But I said, you guys are experts in coaching. Him and Alvy and Kylie and a few of these other guys. I said, y'all know coaching. I said, I can bring a business aspect and organization to make this better, to where it survive. I want the entity to survive parents growing out of it when their kids age out of the sport, right? It needs to be ongoing. So my thought was to build it kind of like the Chamber of Commerce here. Have a couple paid individuals with a volunteer board, and we run it. And then when I'm done, we move on. So we merged them together. And then it became Hill Country United. So it's Hill Country with Kerrville and Fredericksburg. We have some Comfort, we have some Hunt, we have Ingram, we have Johnson City, Comfort, kind of a little bit all over, but primarily Kerrville and Fredericksburg.
Love it.
So out of that, we were able to take over the recreational soccer here, which was in AYSO, PYSA, and then AYSO. And so I guess about a year and a half ago, we took over the rec because we wanted to have the rec was going through the same problem. A parent would say, well, my child doesn't want to play soccer anymore, so I'm done. And then we got to go through another president of rec. It was just this ongoing circle. I was like, it's got to be a better way. So we have it, Hill Country United. We provide the recreational soccer, and it's a player pathway to get the kids that want to go play club, right? So they can play recreational at U4, U5, or U5, U6, U8 gets a little bit bigger. They're 3v3, then they go to 5v5, and then 7v7, and then on. And at some point, a child's going to go, man, I really like this. And the parents are like, hey, my kid's pretty good. What's the next step? So then we put them into academy. And an academy program.
There's a new thing for me right there. So keep
academy
on going.
is like 7v7. So 6 on the field plus a goalie. Still small field, but it's an introduction to commitment.
Right.
So academy, as it is right now, they'll practice twice a week, like what we do, the coaches. Then they'll go to San Antonio and they'll play 2 games in San Antonio every other week, right? So it's not crazy like it gets with what I'm coaching now.
Yeah, it can.
And so, but then after they did 2 years in academy and they're still progressing, the coaching's a little higher level, a little more technical, developing, getting them better. So then they go to a tryout. And so now we have tryouts in club, and that's when you go in. And if they've gone through that stuff, the tryouts aren't difficult because the skills are there.
So if there's parents out in our viewing audience that would like to get their boy or girl involved in the soccer,
100%.
What's the best way to get a hold of somebody, Dan? Or what's the best way for them to get an application in, whatever the case may be?
So registration is open now. It is going to close at the end of the month. So we're making a final push for recreational soccer, and it's hcunitedsoccer.com.
Okay. And we'll have Paula that does our editing put that up.
hcunitedsoccer.com.
There's a registration button. It has all of our coaches for club. It's a pretty nice website. You can scroll down to the bottom, hit register for fall rec soccer. Boom, get it done. I think it's $100. 8 games. Season starts like September 27th.
Great. All right.
Runs through mid-November. A Likely, what we're going to try to do is have a little tournament for a rec tournament towards the end of November.
Do they still do the
So
3
we're-
versus 3 tournament?
That's what we're going to try to
goodness.
register.
We used-
The Thanksgiving,
you
right?
talk
Turkey, what was it,
about-
the turkey tournament or something like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, you talk about soccer on steroids.
Yeah, that's
man.
right.
I used to love coaching those
Yeah.
3 versus 3, but so that's still going on too?
Well,
Or-
it kind of died off, but we're going to resurrect it to some
All
extent,
right,
dude.
all right.
Man,
It's
and try
fun.
to improve it. We're,
it's
one thing we are going to do different because the parents, as a coach in soccer, a lot of parents can't spell soccer. They've never played it. They don't understand it.
Right, yeah.
So they're super intimidated to get in there. But we're going to do something different this year, and this is where the coaching expertise comes in. So Paul has a bunch of guys that he has coached over the years through university, and they've gone. And some of them have played semi-pro, all this stuff, but they're very good technical soccer players. So we want to bring them in and have a night where for rec, to where all the kids will have a coach per age group, and then teach them, develop them the skills they need to go forward. Because in the old days, we'd say, "Congratulations, JD, you're a coach. Here's a ball. Knock yourself out.
that's-
Do whatever you want."
Right. That's how pretty
And
much.
it's like kids are toe punching the ball and doing this stuff, and I get it because that's the way it was.
That's the way it was.
So
That's
we
right.
want to do something better. Can we put a better product on the field where the kids are really learning some skill? If they learn the skill, they're like, "Oh, Dad, look what I can do! I can do a pull croif.
Right,
I can do a step over turn. Check this out." Then they get excited
it.
about it, right?
Right.
And they go, and then as they go in, and even if they don't do the pathway through club, when they get into high school, they still have some better skill sets getting into high school to where it goes on. I still want a state championship for soccer in this town.
Hey, man.
That's my goal.
So I got to
When
give Dan a hard time a little bit. He gets a little bit passionate too, like the kids. he gets into it. Man. He wants to win a ball game, and
I
he
like
wants
to
to
win.
and he likes to take those girls places, you know, and he brings them up, and that's what I've seen with your style, but he does like to win, and he likes to let you know he likes to win. So I share that as well. So.
Well, I love that. No
He's
participation
passionate.
trophies around here. That's how I see it. But we had the same thing with the softball team. Those girls that went to state in
started in club and
2019,
they went up.
and,
Yeah.
and they
Right.
and they had their butts handed to them when they were younger. But then they started getting better, and then all of a sudden they're beating these Texas Bomber gold. It's just fun to see. But
The girls'
hats off to
varsity
them.
team is Hill Country United. All of them have started there and going in, so it's fun to watch. And I know Coach Mathis has played soccer at a higher level too.
Sure.
And so
Yeah.
he's in, and he's
Yeah.
he's been involved with the club, so it's great.
It's all about keep making it a
good.
program, you know, well, you know, I know as parents we can take for granted some of the programs in our community, and they're amazing programs, and my kids have participated in just about every one of them, and we can take it for granted. Sometimes just assume those programs are just there, and they're not. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time for people.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to say thank you to what you're doing out there, you know.
Oh, I love it. Those girls are my third daughters.
Oh, we absolutely, we know that. We
And I've
know
said
that.
this, I said it's going to be very difficult when they graduate. That's my first team.
Well, I've got two nieces and both of them. I mean,
It's
the
gonna be
soccer is
tough.
just huge with them, and you know the teams get connected, and the parents, but yeah,
And it teaches them life lessons.
right. It teaches them a lot.
That's what really sports, and they put down their dadgum phones for a while.
And
you know?
I was just with a family member in Oklahoma this last week, and he was a probation officer, and he was telling me, he said, "Judge, I saw very few kids with with a sports background, with a band background, with an ag background."
Yeah.
He said we had next to no kids come our program that were busy doing these
They
kinds
got to
of
have a
things.
purpose. They got to have.
They got to have a purpose, and anyway, this is
That's
a
what I love
kids.
about team sports. You teach them how to lose with dignity, win with grace, be humble, but want to win. Have the desire.
Want to win a ball game.
Want to win.
That's
the grit
it.
and
The grit and-
determination. I don't know how many times. I mean, we had a little scrimmage the other day, and I'll brag on your niece because
Yeah, I do it all the time. I meant to embarrass her
she's so
somehow
fun.
today. I haven't figured that out yet. but
We haven't played much, and they were all a little bit rusty. And I'm like, man, this is the first little scrimmage we're playing on our brand new fields. Protect the turf, right? We want to win. And she was going back, and I said, Abby, go get some goals. We need to win this thing. And but she loves that.
She's
Eats it. Oh. She went and scored 2 goals. We won the game.
It's that simple. Just that.
I love it. Well, you got to have that desire and mental toughness in sports. Ooh,
It's everything.
You can't coach it.
And in business,
I mean, you can bring it.
and in
You can
life,
bring it
and
out
We try.
of them,
And there's
but it's hard to.
things,
You
but
know.
there's things, and I think you can make them more mentally tough through times, and
Right,
you
and
learn
through
that through
time.
losing. And we've had our fair share of losses, right? And then, but we've also won state championships in the club level, and these girls have done it. And this year they're competing the '08 girls, which is older, and Abby's on that team. And so we've got 19 girls, and some of them are Kerrville, some of them are about 50-50. But we're going to be competing at the highest level of South Texas soccer we have to do. So we're traveling to Houston. Now we're really traveling.
Right.
Right,
We're traveling
right,
to Houston and Round Rock and some down in, but we actually got 2 games. And this hasn't happened for State Classic League ever. We were able to get 2 games here in Fredericksburg. So I think November 8th is one game, and I forget the other one, but you want to see some high
I
level
was going to
soccer.
say, let us know.
High level
Someone-
soccer,
remind us.
that's
Yeah.
where it's at. And we're going to actually get to host it here.
I want to come out and watch
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be great. And
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Well, like Judge said, thank you for doing this. And
Thanks for
and-
having me.
and-
I just
and just I can't wait to see the field. So tell us a little bit more about the facility.
so we have 6 full. And for y'all that don't know, a soccer field is about 110 yards long and about 70 yards wide. They can be longer in professional, right? But about 110 by 70. So that's a full size soccer field. So we have 6 of those, and 5 of them are lit. So we have lighting. 2 of them, I guess.
Everything.
Yeah, three of them. I think 3 of them are fully lit, and then we have 2 of them
And you
that
said
are half lit.
Concession
So
stand now.
we have concession stands, we have restrooms, we have a coach's meeting room, we have a maintenance facility to keep our tractor in. Like I said, we take care of all the maintenance. We're mowing it, we're fertilizing it, we're doing all that stuff. So the fees that we generate from rec and club, we pay a couple salaries. Most of our coaches are volunteer on the
Volunteers.
club base.
Okay.
We have two fully paid employees, and they take care of maintenance and registration, help us with all that stuff. But everybody else is volunteer, and we're trying to keep that model. But we'll see.
Scarlett. If y'all were wondering what I'm doing,
He's
I
ready to
got
sign
my
up for
dog
soccer.
with me today. Scarlett's interested.
And Scarlett, you
But
adopted
those-
Scarlett this week.
We're going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
But those
I'm sorry,
fees go
Dan.
to maintain the fields, right? And
Yeah.
it is expensive to do. So we're not overcharging. We want to keep it affordable. I don't want a kid to come in and say, "Well, I can't afford to play." And
Right.
on the club level, we do scholarships, and there's been occasions where some children just they can't afford it. So I'm
That's
like,
great. That's awesome.
I have scholarshiped a few myself.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get them on the field, get them playing,
One way or another, yeah.
and do that stuff. But the fields are fantastic. They really are, and we've played a lot of fields around Texas, and this is some of the best.
Going to be top notch.
Yeah,
I'm
this
going
is
to drive
top
up there
notch. So
after the.
Well, you can drive by
the
and look at it.
podcast.
but
I'm gonna go look. Here,
Go
look.
walk on it.
I will.
That's where the magic is.
I am.
The
I'm gonna
pitch
go out there.
is perfect.
We do need to run out there.
That's where
Yeah.
it is. It's plush. In fact, one of those girls we scrimmaged, the teams we scrimmaged, I talked to the coach after. He said, "Man, y'all really got a nice facility." And he goes, "The girls were talking about when they fell, it didn't hurt." Like, I never
There's no
really
ant-
thought
there's
about
no
that. But
ants
there's
out there.
cushion. There's no ants. There's no rocks because these kids are playing all over the state on dirt and rocks.
Right.
Yes.
So, but we're proud of it. We're proud of it. So it took a lot of people. It wasn't just me. It wasn't
Mark
just
talked
Mark
a lot
Cornett.
about,
Mark
when we
did a
were
lot of
school
work.
board meetings, he would share with
We
us.
both did a lot of work, but there was a lot of people outside of that still just
Well, your
talking about it and
coaches and
keeping
so
it
forth, your
relevant.
parents, your families,
100%.
And kiddos, it's a lot of work to get you guys to these sports events too. So the moms and the dads and the
Right.
coaches
Yeah.
don't take them for granted.
Yeah, the soccer moms and dads is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
But those tournaments are fun with
They
families
are.
and,
They are.
and everybody getting together and the
Uh,
meals after. And
We
all.
used to travel together and baseball and
Yeah,
all that.
no, and we
jazz.
still do the same. It's fun.
Dan Kemp, thank you for coming in. Anything you want to add before we wrap up? Is there anything you want to get in that we may
Just
not have brought out?
registration is open.
Okay.
If y'all have not, there's a banner across, and I think there's some other stuff going through. Is it Peach Jar? I think it's Peach Jar that gets it out to all the schools. We got a little delayed for some reason on that, but it's going out a little bit late. But we're pushing. I would like to see 500 kids on the field.
Awesome.
this year. We had 440 last year, 500. I think that may be a little light, but it's a final push. Go get registered, get the word out.
And when do
if
they
you
need
know
to
it.
register by?
So we're going to shut it down August 31st. So it's coming.
So it's, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's this
couple
weekend.
days, yeah.
So,
This weekend.
I know we were a little bit delayed. We might keep it open a couple of days later just because the peach jar got a little delayed on us, but we will do it. It's the final push. Let's
Final
get
push.
another.
Let's get it
We're
done,
about
man.
150 kids short. Usually we get a big rush towards the end, but let's try to meet our goal. And
Let's get a push from the Judge and
Yeah,
JD show.
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
All right,
Yeah.
Dan, thank you for coming in. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you.
us. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Well, Judge, like we said in the intro, we're not going to have a musical guest, but we've got 2 community guests. Special show today for you on the Judge and JD show.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a good one, man. How you feel about bringing them on? With one of your
I'm
another
ready.
intro. Your other one was pretty good. Let's see if we can beat it.
See if I can beat it. All right. Well, we talked some soccer with Dan Kemp, but right now we're going to be talking a little golf. Little golf. The Hill Country Cup, and also the Hill Country SPCA. So, a nice warm Judge and JD show welcome to Bruce Gore and Andrew Davis. Bruce Gore, Andrew Davis. Bruce is with the Hill Country Cup, and
Come on
Andrew
up,
is with
man. Sorry,
the
y'all.
Hill Country
to see
SPCA.
you.
Good to see you.
Again,
Thanks
again.
for coming on
Thank you,
again.
guys.
It's
Appreciate
deja vu all over again.
Absolutely.
Good to see you guys.
Okay.
Good to see y'all. Well, how are things going with the Hill Country Cup, Bruce?
And it's so close. It's this weekend, and a lot of things are happening. And it's 3 different venues, a lot of working parts. Helicopter ball drop had a little bit of a thing there because they want to use the driving range for the city's 4th of July fireworks, even though it's on Labor Day. If you remember, they canceled it.
Oh,
here
that's
in
right.
Fredericksburg.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
with the
moved it to
flood.
Labor Day then.
Yeah,
Huh? This
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is a long weekend, isn't it?
So as soon as that helicopter drops those 1,000 balls for the SPCA, we're going to shut down the driving range so they can get in and set up their fireworks and all that for you guys.
All right. Looking forward to it. So what are all the events and how do people get involved?
Well, I think it's pretty set.
Everything's set then.
I think the only thing that we have is a lot of ball drop tickets yet to sell. And of course, you can get them at the SPCA, you can get them at Allen Boots, you can get them here.
Yeah.
At Pioneer's got them. So we'd like to sell those out. We have 1,000 tickets that are the 1,000 balls. A lot of people can't figure this out about a helicopter ball drop,
Okay.
and they're thinking we're just going to drop them, indiscriminately. And of course, that's not going to be the case. It's 1,000 balls with 1,000 distributed tickets. And so
Yeah.
each ticket represents 1 ball. And the 5 closest, our own Sheriff Chris Isle is going to come out
Yeah.
and do the measuring and all that. And the 5 closest balls win the 5 grand prizes.
Oh man.
That's okay.
I like it.
That's what a helicopter ball drop is.
That's okay.
And
I
you
don't really know if I picked up that all the way when you were here last.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Much more
One
clear.
year in San Antonio, we did a balloon drop with 1,000 golf balls, but it failed because the wind, he couldn't get over the target. And so what we had to do is bring him back down, go get him because he was like a mile or 2 away. And then we brought him back, and we just had one of the sponsors just drew 5 balls. But
Right.
there's no fun in that,
Right. Figured
But-
that one out the hard way. Huh?
Yeah, so we're going back to the helicopter ball drop. So this is the first one here in Fredericksburg.
Oh
Yeah, I
man, the
don't
very
remember.
first, yeah. I love it. And all the proceeds are going to the Hill Country SPCA, is that correct?
Right.
And,
Yeah, we're very fortunate and grateful for Bruce and Hill Country Cup because this is going to go to our Healing Hearts program, which is specifically designed for animals that are dealing with injury and or illness. Thus, they're higher risk of euthanasia at municipal shelters. We're private, no-kill shelter. We pull from all over Hill Country. So this is an opportunity for us to go in there and say, okay, this animal is not terminal. It just needs a little extra TLC.
Right.
And events like this
Hope you
make
get to
that
the
happen.
resources you need.
Absolutely.
well, Hill Country SPCA, just seeing y'all in operation and action. We've got Scarlett here, my wife and I, Jennifer, we had adopted her just last week.
That's fantastic.
But y'all are certainly angels to these animals,
You're very
to the
kind.
dogs and cats, and just so many of them,
So many.
right? I mean, I
So
was
many.
just flabbergasted at how many animals y'all
It really is. It's one of those things that, as we service all of Hill Country, so it's a multitude of counties, obviously, but Kerr County, Gillespie County being right here, those are our primary two. But we do a lot with Kendall County, Llano. You just keep expanding out, and it's one of those things. Some of these small shelters like Bandera, they don't have the resources,
right.
but they have a great manager who wants to help these animals. So she'll call us and say, "Hey, what can you do?
What can we do? Right.
And can you come scoop up 5 dogs or 6 cats?"
Oh, man.
Yeah,
And
it's amazing.
crazy.
Something bring out that's very unusual with the Hill Country SPCA. Can you tell us about horses?
Yes,
This is very unique in the
I
state
brought
of
that up.
Texas.
You
Yeah,
brought that up in the
I think you
first
brought
show.
that up.
Yeah,
You mentioned
yeah.
in that because in the last year and a half, we've rescued 6 horses from neglect cases primarily, where they come to us skin and bones. The first 2 we got, literally a Gillespie County judge said, "You're taking these 2," and we went, "Huh? Well, okay. Well, I guess here we go." And we have 3 acres, a campus of 3 acres, but it was one of those things we weren't equipped for that at the moment because dogs, cats,
Sure.
gerbils, guinea pigs, different ball game than horses. And so
Can't put them in the backyard,
you
right?
can't. That's not, it was like we can't just bring them in the office for the day. And so that was one of the things that we used one of our vet partners to board them there, but that costs a lot of money. And so I thought, you know what? Let's get our 3 acres ready, and now we can take the horses and they can be on our property.
That is really unusual.
It's-
In the state of Texas, you think Texas, you'd think you'd have a lot of horse shelters or whatever. There's not. There's just not a lot here.
And
in
we
the whole
have
state.
right now we have 2 potbelly pigs out there in our pasture. So it's literally goats, pigs, horses. We will do whatever.
That
we
is
can.
huge.
We will do whatever we can.
So we've
That
really
is-
tried to get the community involved in this event, and this year, for the first year, we came out with our magazine. It's an extravaganza. We're calling it the Hill Country Cup Extravaganza.
one for each.
Right. Oh, there we go.
So-
Great.
And this year it's 52 pages, and it's got the mission statement of the SPCA in there. It's got some other things, and of course the local community mostly put their ads in. And I love this little thing we did. This is an original that we started on about 2 months ago, and this is an original art, you might say. It's a character map of Fredericksburg, and you can kind of see some of the advertisers around the edges and so forth.
Right.
But we're going to do more with that kind of stuff with the community. And this is exciting. On the back cover here, this is the United States Gold Bureau.
Oh yeah, you had talked about that.
Now, I don't think I'm revealing any secrets here, but the United States has a U.S. Treasury here, U.S. Gold Depository in the state of Texas.
Okay.
And no one knows really where it's at. I mean, if you drive by it and you look at it, if you look at it, it looks like a prison or something. It's a new building, and I have my friend actually sold them the land that they built that building on. Well, I think that's fascinating in itself because gold is becoming more and more of a thing right now, and we're going to see
Yeah,
something
definitely
happen.
is.
We're going to see something happen with the government that they did back in 1934 with FDR. They're going to do it again. You watch with gold. So this is the U.S. Gold Bureau that sells precious metals, and they are housed in that building. And they're going to be here, and they're going to actually have some gold here. They got a big tent, 10 by 20, they're bringing out. And they're going to be on the golf course, and they're going to be over at the edge, and they're going to actually putt for $10,000 in gold.
Whoa.
And so that's kind of neat. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
And even the the winners of the putting contest, they're giving them some silver and some other things. They're going to have a drawing for 10 ounces of silver. They're bringing the medal.
Yeah, they're bringing the heat.
Yeah. So you got to come out on Monday if you can. It's out at the edge, and we're expecting a lot. We're going to feed everybody, and we're going to have the awards, and the sheriff will be out there.
We're
And
going to have some dogs out
yeah,
there
yeah.
as well.
Some
So,
if you want to adopt, you'll have them
in
there.
case you need to get a new
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Scarlett needs a boyfriend.
Right. Yeah.
Dogs are like Lay's potato chips. You can't
Can't-
just have
See,
one.
that's-
Yeah.
that is-
I had 4 at my house at one given time.
see, that's just smart business.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be our new
Well,
motto.
Scarlett's story, I'm going to tell Scarlett.
Yeah.
She's been really good today. We've had her for a week, but she was literally, you mentioned skin and bones. Scarlett was almost, as I understand it, the story is she was almost deceased because she was so Well, she was starving to death. She was all
Emaciated,
bones,
yeah.
and she was in Williamson County, as I understand it. And they didn't have room there, so Hill Country SPCA took her in here, and by golly, we got her. Y'all literally.
So grateful for y'all.
But anyway, here
She's
she
a
is.
beautiful dog.
She is.
She's
She's
smart,
a.
all
We
that
found
stuff.
out she's a Belgian. What is the M word behind that? I never can get it.
Yeah, it went out right out of my head. Malamar, yeah.
Malamar.
Belgium,
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and she's
which is
very smart.
You don't get a lot of the more pure breeds that come through shelters. So that's something.
Well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
as I understand, she might be a purebred.
Yeah, she looks very much like she could be.
JD, pick
And
her
that's,
up.
I'm telling y'all, that's a huge score because as I understand it, these are the smartest dogs.
brilliant dogs.
The smartest
Right.
breed of dogs. They score like a 39.
That's what they say.
The next smartest dog is a border collie. They score a 26.
And look at JD's
That's-
over there at 20.
And I'm here at 4. Yeah, give me a dog bone, please. But
Tell us the process that you went through in adopting.
it was so simple. I mean, we basically, I saw, her name was Galaxy. Your name was Galaxy for a while. But now we changed her name to Scarlet. But I was scrolling through Facebook. We saw my Chihuahua of 14 years, Franny. I still miss Franny. But I wanted a big dog this time. I wanted a dog that we're going to have to exercise, that we're going to have to walk, that we're going to have to learn. And she already learned to fetch. Where was I going with this? But anyway,
The process.
Oh, the process was easy. We just went in. And said, we'd like to adopt Galaxy, and I think that y'all did a little background check or something.
Yeah, it was
just
a
to make
short
sure that it was
application.
going to a good home. We
Yeah.
filled out an application.
We just want to make sure you weren't a felon or something.
and I don't even know if there was that kind
There
of
was.
process.
I can tell you. Breaking news. We don't know if you're a
He
felon.
does have a felony,
we don't
but it's under
know.
JD.
Y'all should have locked him
Okay.
up when he walked in.
I thought I saw his picture at the post
Put him out
office, so I don't know.
Three
You know, I
acre
don't know.
yard.
We'll let you run around and get some exercise.
Put a halter on him.
But then we said we wanted Galaxy. They had her fixed
Yep.
for us, and the next day we picked her up and took care of her. Made sure that she didn't that the scar healed properly and everything. And that was it. I mean, it was that simple.
I love it. Thank you.
I like the name Scar.
I've seen on Facebook, folks, y'all should adopt now because y'all have a ton of
Oh, we do.
animals. Y'all just had a litter,
20
2 litters of puppies or
two litters
something?
from a hoarding case.
A hoarding, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Took in 20 puppies, and so there's
Wow.
one of those
Yeah,
things. And
it's-
you don't know. We could have 20 animals spread out through 20 kennels, but you get 20 puppies.
Wow.
That's a different dynamic. that throws your numbers off their high.
She wants to
Sweet
come
girl.
see
You
Andrew.
wanna
She
come
remembers
see? You wanna
Andrew
come see? You can.
from the.
You can.
Now, July 2nd was the flood, at Hunt and Kerrville and everything. What happened with a lot of the animals that were rescued and they can't find their owners? What do they do? I know there's other shelters that are involved, like you mentioned
I
earlier.
imagine you guys
Yeah.
are all full
Oh,
of that
yeah.
one.
Everybody. What was interesting for us is everybody suffered differently. Obviously, it was a horrific situation on the human side and the animal side. And for us, we were able to kind of be, I like to say, beacon for other shelters because it didn't impact our brick and mortar. It didn't impact us directly in Fredericksburg. But that meant we could get all the resources. So if a shelter needed food, if a shelter needed space for their animals, we had the ability to do that. So we literally lied in wait.
You were kind of a hub
We
for-
were a hub,
yeah.
yeah. And it was like, what can we do? Because if there's an animal out there, we may not have a space for it, but we'll figure out a way to help. And so we were very strategic with how we did it to try to make sure that anybody in our service area, they needed our help. So it was a game changer too,
Sure.
because maybe Kirk County obviously took the brunt of that. So maybe a shelter that they partner with needed us to take some dogs. So it was one of those when someone says, "How many flood dogs did you have?" We ended up with 20. But the fact that we
Helped
took
manage
from
the
this
other
to
ones.
it's the numbers didn't line up exactly to say, "Oh, we definitively helped
Right.
X number." But
Now,
it was-
this is unscripted, but I'll ask the question. Were you able to reunite any of those animals
We
with
had
their
one
owners?
reunification story. Kerrville Pets Alive had more.
would imagine,
The rest of them we didn't, and it was one of those things. But when a stray comes in, it's a 3-day stray hold. They go through the city, any of the city facilities. In this case, it's unprecedented because you don't know where the humans are. You don't know where they went. Did they perish, or are they just trying to rebuild their life? And so we were playing with uncharted territory. So it ended up being that they put it on a 28-day protective hold is what they called it. And so, you know, you take an animal in for 3 days, and then our first goal is how do we get this dog adopted or this cat adopted?
Sure.
In this case, you're going, we got 28 days. We got to make sure this dog knows that it's going to be okay. So if we can reunite, that's the goal. But if we can't, then we're going to make sure day 29, we're going to get this animal somewhere. And we had some fosters step up and say, you know what? We will take them until the 28 days is up. If they get reunited, great. If not, let us adopt.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to see everybody come together.
And speaking of coming together, Hill Country SPCA is mostly volunteers. A lot of volunteers.
We have our volunteers are critical. We have a staff of 11, but you know, without the volunteers, including our fosters and our donors and everybody that participates, we couldn't do this. I mean, it was you know, Saturday the Hill Country Cup is going to be so incredible, and then that night, as Bruce mentioned, you got the fireworks. That's right across from our shelter. So we have that's something we have volunteers come and sit with the animals.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's a good point.
It's just so loud.
Little things people don't think about.
Right.
You know, most of us don't think of it.
And we have 18 right now that have signed up to come sit with dogs and cats. And it's such a blessing to have people say, you know what, I don't want them to be shaking. And, you know, I always tell people, I don't want any animal in a shelter, but if you have to come to a shelter, come to ours, because I know our team and I know our community. We'll make sure that animal gets taken care of.
I've seen it firsthand. I agree.
And I'm so grateful.
I agree 100. And Bruce, thank you. What made you choose Hill Country SPCA?
I think it was a combination of both of us, because I was looking for this year of what would be a really good charity that does something for the community. So I presented the opportunity to Andrew, and Andrew, to my not surprise, but necessarily, but he says, I'm all in. You know, I love this idea, and we want to be part of it. And that is different. And I've been doing charities for over 50 years, JD. And most of the time, I'm just saying most, they have their hand out and they're waiting for you to give them their check. They don't have any skin in the game,
Not
you might
really
say.
involved much.
No. But these guys have really gotten involved, gotten behind the helicopter ball drop and doing other things. And of course, they're going to be out there. They're going to be out there with the sheriff when the drop, and they're going to be at the edge out here on 290 when we award the check. And the sheriff will be there. Frost Bank, we announced that last time.
Right,
Sure did.
right.
So we just got invited on the 18th of September. They're going to do their groundbreaking here on Maine.
Oh, cool.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So you're hearing that first
I read
here.
about it.
Yeah.
That was just announced yesterday. So anyway, that's going to happen. And so he'll be out there on the stage with Andrew and the sheriff and Frost Bank, and they'll make that presentation on this Monday. So
It's
Labor
Monday.
Day.
It is a
Labor
long
Day.
extended weekend.
It's a long weekend.
I like it.
Yes.
I love it. And that means fall's coming.
Yes.
Football. We got Battling Billy football.
Battling Billies. We
going
got
on.
St. Mary's Apaches. Their first games are all this week.
Nice.
Those guys have been working hard and scrimmaging.
Heritage.
Heritage. Yeah.
I guess we
got volleyball started. My niece is on the road doing that.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
We
It's-
heard
it's
that with
fall.
Dan.
Is your
That's
niece-
that's
There's a-
fantastic.
there's
Is
so
there
much
anything
stuff
she
going on.
doesn't do? She seems to be involved in everything.
She's involved in everything, and
Yeah.
and she's not a boy. I got two boys.
Gotcha.
I got
It's a
two
different
nieces.
dynamic.
It's a
Totally
I do a lot
different.
better than I do all the
Yeah.
all the nephews and sons. But the nieces are way more fun.
That's great.
We had two girls, so I agree. Now, I heard something, and we can talk about it. Did I hear somebody tell me that you're going to be inducted, or you're thinking?
I was nominated.
Nominated, okay.
Darn it, I didn't make the final cut, but I've been nominated for the Texas Radio Hall of Fame the past 3 years in a row, including this year.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten in yet, but I think eventually someday I will get in. But just being nominated is a huge honor.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
So they nominate 50, and then 20 get inducted. So
Yeah.
I've made the list of 50 for
Is
3
there
years.
is there a
That was-
formal ceremony that they?
Yeah, they in Kilgore. There's
Oh, yeah.
the big radio museum is
Oh, yeah.
there in Kilgore, so they
Yeah.
do it. In,
So you were there then?
yeah. I'll be going back to Kilgore, but hopefully next year, if I go to Kilgore, I'll be inducted.
Yes.
Nice.
But thank you for bringing that up,
Do
Bruce.
you
But
get a gold jacket like they do in the NFL?
They
or-
do have jackets.
Oh, nice.
I think they got a little. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's like a golf jacket or anything, but
A green jacket like
yeah.
the Masters. Yeah.
Great.
But-
Well, congratulations.
well,
I hope next
but-
year they realize the error in their ways.
Well, thank you. We'll put some good
Yeah,
vibes out there.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add about Hill Country SPCA, and then Bruce will let you have the table at the end here. But what do you got for
The
us?
biggest thing for us is we can't do this without our community. We are private. We have no affiliation with the ASPCA. So it's one of those things that we're 100% dependent on individual donations and grants. And grants are hard to come by. They're just difficult because everybody's going for them. But when the community steps up and they say, hey, we want to help, your money stays here. It stays in the Hill Country. It doesn't go elsewhere. We don't give it to any. No, it comes here because a lot of people have said, oh, well, it must be nice. It's going to go to some national. No. I promise.
Right.
It stays right here. And I want to make sure that everybody understands we have the best staff on the planet. And I'm biased, and I know that, and I'm okay with it. And I love them, and this is their passion project. None of us are doing this to get rich. We're doing this because we genuinely love animals. So if you want to be a part of it, come out and see us. I invite people that maybe you had a negative experience in the past, or maybe you don't know about us. Come see us. Come get a tour. Come let us show you what we got. We'll show you our dogs, cats, our pigs. Maybe we'll have a horse by the time you come out, but just come by.
I'll vouch for everything Andrew said.
That's right.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
it was
all
a good
true.
experience.
That
You
is
said.
all true. So-
And let's see how it goes. We'd love to partner with you
Absolutely.
again because
This'll
you
be
guys have
great.
done a fantastic job.
And
if
Bruce,
you look
thank
through-
you for.
Yeah,
for-
if you look through the magazine, this will be at all the HEBs through San Antonio and that area. And next year they've committed to go to Austin and San Antonio, and all the HEBs are distributing this magazine. But if you look through here, you're going to see a lot of Fredericksburg people, like in on Barron's Creek. You got the Pottery Ranch over here on Maine.
That's my brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Scott Kilpatrick.
That's right. That's right. And remember, there's his ad right
It's a
there.
family
All
affair.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So a
He's
lot
giving
of
away free pot.
he is. Did you want to give him
A free pot.
Breaking
yeah,
news.
Yeah, free pot.
Hey, free pot.
So go see. No, but what a great store that is.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But a lot of people in here. The Edge and the Hill Country River Ranch is hosting our hoedown on Saturday night, and they've donated that for us. We appreciate that a lot. Anyway, so many. The Edge is the same thing with the Edge out there on 290. The Wives Wine Tour on Sunday has gained a little momentum, and all these wives now want their own communication because they've been having to go through their husband. That didn't work very good.
Right, right.
And so I'm telling you, we've got like 30 of them have said we want our own WhatsApp thread so that we really know what's going on. So we said, okay, next year we'll have your own thread. Anyway, last
I'm listening. I'm just watching.
Yeah,
Scarlet.
the last time you guys graciously had us in to talk about this, I did give you a little advice. Did you take it? And that was never hire the caddy. Drinks his wine out of a paper
Judge
bag.
used
Yeah, I do remember that.
Judge used it.
Yeah.
Judge
Okay.
plays golf. Hey, my
Now-
handicap is golf. I ran a dune buggy because I'm in the sand trap so much. So,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So this year, this week, I would just want to say, never stand too close to the ball after you hit it. That's the rule. in
After you
golf.
never stand
After
too
you hit
close.
it.
to the ball.
Okay.
And then now I noticed because you got a beard. You got a beard. So what's the best beard for a golfer?
I don't know that one.
This is my
A
tricky.
goatee.
I got it.
Where's the rim shot?
Oh well.
Goatee.
Where's our drummer?
Anyway, we got a million of them. We'll tell you
One of
about
our
it later.
drummers back here.
We want to
Our
end on something
producers
funny.
are
We'll be
Yeah.
here all weekend, y'all. Yeah.
We're gonna have a good
Don't
time
forget
this
to tip your
weekend.
bartenders. Yeah.
Fredericksburg, we're going to have a good time this
Yes,
weekend.
we'll
We
be
thank
good.
you so much for
Yeah,
having
thanks,
Bruce
us.
Gore,
guys.
Andrew
Yeah.
Davis, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very
Thank y'all
much.
for being on the Judge and JD show.
Okay. thank
He's
you.
Judge, I'm JD.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice bunch of guys right here.
Yeah,
That's going to wrap up Sweet 16.
and it was a good one too.
I learned a lot
I
today.
did too. I did too. We got to spend a little time with Dan and Bruce and Andrew. It was just good stuff. Good stuff.
You bet. And that's one thing I love about the Judge and JD show. Community first.
Community first.
Fredericksburg, Texas, baby.
We've been saying it since the beginning. 16 episodes, and I really appreciate the time you spent and putting this thing together, and the whole team. Really, 16 episodes already. 16.
Hard to believe.
You know, we didn't know where we're headed, but I know I'm having fun. I want to keep doing it.
Time flies when you're incoherent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I sit back here producing incoherent.
But no, it's been a great run so far. I'm looking forward to 17.
17. Well, thank you guys for listening, and
Have a safe Labor Day weekend.
have a fun, safe Labor Day weekend. We'll be here next week.
Fall's coming.
Fall's
Falls are coming.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Oh, we need comments here and how we're doing, or if you want to hear something different, let us know.